Good Wednesday morning, friends. This is take two. So if you were joining in just a few minutes ago, I invite you to join me again as our technology is hopefully working again. Good morning. This is our midweek time to pause together, to maybe drink our coffee or our tea, and to wonder together how and where God is meeting us in these days. For those that may not know, I'm Reverend Jennifer Finley, our Momentum and Discipleship Pastor here at First United Methodist Church in Kirksville. And this is our time together where we pause and we wonder about God and how God is at work in our lives and in our world. I've shared before that I've come to treasure this time together, and so I'm grateful to be able to join you today. Pastor Lori shared yesterday in her Tuesday morning reflections a bit about the practice of blessing. And if you haven't had a chance to enjoy that, I invite you to go back and catch it. There's some beautiful wisdom in there about how and why we bless things, how blessing and benedictions are part of our lives. And that got me to thinking about a couple of things I've found that have blessed me. And I thought I would share them with you. One is, and I've shared a few of these before, one is ordinary blessings, prayers, poems, and meditations for everyday life. And one by the same author is called Speak It Plain. It's words for worship or for life together. But essentially they're a collection of blessings for those type of things in our lives that don't always have words. It gives some words to some of those things, and I found amazing beauty in them. So I thought I would share just a bit about blessings. There's a whole section in here of blessings for everyday life, for our home, for morning anxiety, for getting dressed, for the bus stop, for your car, for cooking a meal, for going grocery shopping. It's the reminder that sometimes we simply need words to offer a blessing for these everyday moments. I thought I would share this one with you. If you are the type of person that sometimes lays in bed in the morning, trying to convince yourself that you can indeed get up for the day, this one might be for you. For morning anxiety. Don't get up quite yet. First blink and breathe and believe you are fiercely loved. Do not be fooled by that list that hunts you down each dawn. You are called to a few things, not all the things. Be still until you hear the sacred silent whisper underneath the hustle and the bundle of nerves. That thing you are desperate to earn has already been declared. And then rise like the sun, one shade of sky at a time. I love that because it simply acknowledges the true reality of our lives, that sometimes we lay in bed and our to-do lists haunts us, and it's hard to acknowledge that we are indeed already beloved of God, regardless of what we do or don't accomplish that day. There's many blessings like this, these ordinary moments. For walking through doors, the ordinary practice of simply walking through a door. Before you pass through, stop long enough to hear your hopes for the other side. You cannot know for sure just yet which paints this portico an adventure. It's the unknowable that makes it wild. Again, sometimes the doors we walk through are metaphorical, but sometimes we simply need a moment as we're walking through a door. There was one for cooking a meal. It is an act of holy resistance each time you choose ingredients, considering where they came from and how they found you. Of all the chefs in the world, turn on the music and make a mess, have a good cry until the whole onion is diced, read the recipe aloud, and slowly becoming family with all you who have aimed for this meal. You will soon dine with them, connected by good mystery of dinner. Now, I will fully admit that I like to think I'm the person who enjoys cooking, but in reality, I'm not always that person, not often that person. But this blessing may come with me the next time that I'm really sitting down to try to cook and think, okay, yeah, there's a blessing in this. There are blessings in this book for things like that are seen as ordinary as loving our pets, for loving an animal. We love animals into our hearts and homes on instinct, a longing for more intimate connections with the natural world and the wild that lives beyond human routine. It is good to be seen and loved up close by an animal friend, to trust a primal bond, to be charged with good care of another, receiving loyalty and admiration more closely linked to the earth by the sounds and smells of a beloved beast. I know I have a cat at home, many of you know that. I know many of you have pets. To have words to simply say, yes, this relationship is valid, it's a blessing, it is life-giving. It's beautiful to have those words. But then there are also times in life when we need maybe a blessing for something that feels more than simply ordinary, for change or transition. I know that many of you have or will be in the situation where you are ending a job, where you are moving on to something new, or where you are retiring from the thing that you have done for quite a while. We acknowledged some of that here on Sunday as we celebrated Pastor Scott's retirement. Sometimes those major transitions of life also need blessings, and sometimes we simply don't have good words for them. But this one struck me, I thought I would share it. So if you have been in this situation before or one similar, maybe this blessing finds you. It's for packing up your office. Sometimes we are pulled into something new before we trust that what has been is already accomplished. If these walls could talk, they have felt your sweat and heard your cries. They watched you steal a nap or two. This is where you tried and failed and found hope again. This is where you collected yourself and fought for boundaries, grace, and fresh hope. This is liminal space, your art and photographs stacked against the wall, your shelves laid bare like you once found them. It's been hard and good to love people like this, to answer the call in this particular place. Though you long felt like a visitor, it is now clear that you belonged. They have been well loved by your words and your presence. You will wonder if it was enough, and it was. You will hope they feel blessed, and they do. You will pack up second-guessing a few things, but it is time. Go forth with gratitude and a peaceful mind. I wonder if you've been in that situation, whatever it looked like, of packing up an office. I hope that maybe these words offer some blessing in that midst, whether you remember that or whether that moment is upcoming. And I know, because I've talked to many of you, that many of you have found both joy and blessing and challenge in the process of retirement. And so I thought this one might be one that meets you where you have been or where you are. It's called for retirement. The time has come for your daily work to change, to let go of titles and trophies, to stop striving and regretting a vocation stuffed into a career. Spread it out now, unfold it slowly, smoothing the creases. Let it breathe a little and listen beyond the stern voices of responsibility and provision. This calling is less concerned with what and how much, instead asking why and with whom. You have more to share with the world, new expressions of your generous self to discover. This season is a challenge and a privilege unfolding since you are still and always becoming. Friends, we are still and always becoming, whether we are in those daily moments of life or whether we are finding ourselves needing a blessing for those major transitions of life. Often summer brings some of those in our midst, whether it is moves or new school years on the horizon, just a few months out. I thought I would share one final blessing. This one is titled for volunteers, but I think this hits all of us, whether you are formally volunteering here in our faith community or whether there are other ways in which you are doing that. I thought I would offer this as one final blessing for this moment. It is not only what you do, but how you connect and love that can transform a role or task into a gift from God. God bless your showing up and the details of your doing. God bless your willingness to fail and learn from the process. God bless your humility and humor in the heart of what you do best. God bless your duty and joy for this community and impact, or whatever community you find yourself in. God bless your candor about what really matters to you. God bless your flexibility about the details and outcome alike. God bless your observations about who else might be invited. God bless your stepping back so another can participate more fully. God bless your openness to a process of becoming together. For those are the gifts of God, and so are you. Friends, you, each of us, are a gift from God. Wherever you find yourselves right now, whether you are in times of change and transition, as whether you are in times of moves or retirements, whether you are in times of simply needing a reminder that it's okay to linger in bed for a few moments and remind yourself that you are God's beloved, wherever you find yourself, know that we are doing this beautiful, amazing life thing together. And for that, I am grateful. Go in peace, my friends.